little bit of a suck up there, huh? We're very happy to be back. And going into this season, we have a few simple goals. And I think one of the things that we're really concentrating on is just playing clean basketball. We really feel that we have a lot of talent, and as the years pass, we're a very deep basketball team. We made it a point to make sure we have enough players that can play deep in positions, that can play deep into possessions. So we feel good about what we have. We're going to be a very athletic team. I think we have a lot of talent returning. Obviously, we know that we're returning a lot of players. We're returning a lot of key players. But most of all, our newcomers have been tremendous. They've really bought into our system. They're really competing at a high level. And everything they do every day is really making us better as a basketball team. A lot of our excitement is just being able to get back on the court with a roster that we know that can compete. We have very good players that can really compete at a high level. Practices have been going great so far. We're playing a lot faster. We're playing defense further up the floor, which is allowing us to create turnovers, to get out in transition early. So all those things I think is a recipe for success. I really believe that going into the season ranked number 24 in the country is really about our players. It's about our program. It's about where we are now and where we came from. And overall, just very pleased with where we are right now. Obviously, we know one of the big questions is Brittany Sykes. She's doing a tremendous job of working hard to get herself back on the floor. As you'll see her tonight in our Orange Madness, she is moving around. She's shooting the ball. So we're expecting her to come back at some point during the season for full strength. And obviously, when she comes back, she makes us that much deeper. So with that being said, obviously with Brittany being out early, which was a major part of our offense last year, and she spearheaded in the top of our press and our defense, we have a few players that stepped up and took on that role. So from this day forward, we're just really just trying to concentrate on staying healthy and getting someone on the front of our press that can create havoc, and we think that we've pretty much solved that problem. We know that we can score the basketball. I think that our defense will be a lot better, and our defense will be more aggressive, which will create some offense for us that way also. So we're just very pleased where we are. I think that we have a good team. We have a good group of ladies that are willing to work hard and that are very talented. So going into the season, that's where our excitement is just having depth, good players, and players that are committed to winning.
Is there a timetable for Brittany to come back?
100%. That's it. When she's 100%, we're going to play her. We're not going to play her at 80%. We're not going to play her at 75%. We know that her skill set is her athleticism. So for us, when the doctors clear her and say she's 100%, and then when I think she's 100%, then she'll be back.
Do you know who might be replacing her in the starting line, players you've seen so far?
Well, for us, we have 7 starters, and we preach that from day one. I don't think that you can be successful at a high level with just 5 starters. We preach 7 starters, and we have 7 players on our roster right now, probably even 8 or 9, that have the ability to step in and really make a tribute at a high level. So we're trying to find 7 players that can step in and be starters and not just depend on 5.
How do you see Brianna's role evolving with more scoring responsibilities while Brittany's out?
Well, obviously, I think both Briannas, so I guess I got to refer to both of them because you didn't give me a last name. Brianna Butler is tremendous. Obviously, she made 100 threes last year, and she can really shoot the ball. And she's going to have to shoot the ball for us. I think last year she took about 320 threes. We need her to take about 380 of them this year. She really has to shoot the ball for us. And since you're talking about Brianna, I might just talk about Brianna Day too. She has been tremendous, very athletic, getting up and down the floor. I think that a year has done her a world of good, and she's maturing as a player. She's getting stronger, and she's faster, and I'm really excited for her success this year.
With Rachel Coffey graduating, who do you kind of see being maybe the starter at the point guard position, or somebody that could fill that role?
Well, I think it's by committee. I think you have Cornelia Fondren, who has started at that position. And last year, Rachel Coffey did a tremendous job for us, and she really got us to our first tournament win, and we have to give her a lot of credit for that. But I think just as important, Cornelia Fondren was tremendous because she accepted a role that I needed her to have, which is coming off the bench and being able to play the 1, the 2, and the 3 for us, and sometimes in the back of the zone for us because of her strength and athleticism. So obviously, we're not hurting with her in that role. Also, Alexis Peterson, I mean, she was the best point guard coming out of the state of Ohio, and arguably in that region coming out of high school as a freshman. So we're we're in very good hands at the point guard position. And Diamond Henderson, who's transferred in, she can play that position also. She averaged almost 20 points a game last year at that position. So I feel good about our point guard position. So if people are looking at that to be a problem, they got a problem because we're gonna be good at that position.
Hugh, you ran 10 and 11 player rotations last year. Do you envision the same thing this year, and how do you see everyone fitting into that rotation?
I think we have to play that way. If we want to be successful and we want to advance to the Sweet 16 and move forward, we have to play 11, 12 players almost. We want to play faster, and I think that when you look at rosters, most teams, their top 7 players are really good. I think when you get to 8, 9, 10, and 11 is where the drop-off is in women's basketball, just because of the parity and the balance of women's basketball. And we're trying to develop 8, 9, and 10. Those are the players for us that are most important going into the season. Can we get 8, 9, and 10 to combine for 20 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists per game? If we can get 20 points out of our 8, 9, and 10 play, we're going to be really good.
Last year we talked a lot about the three-headed monster with Rachel, Cornelia, and Alexis. How do you see, can the point guard position be even deeper this year with the players that you've brought in?
I think it has to be because we want to play a lot faster. So if we're going to play fast, it's about pushing tempo. It's about our guards pressuring up the floor. So I think we're going to have to play at least three-point guards a game to be able to push the ball the way we want to push. And obviously off the ball, we gotta get 4 or 5 guards in that rotation too. And I think that we're in a position that we can play 7 guards and play them major minutes and be very successful and productive.
With Shakia gone, obviously, you mentioned Brianna Day earlier. How do you see that front court rotation shaking out?
They're going to be tremendous. Practice has been very competitive. Brianna Day has been tremendous. Bria Day has really made a big step in offensively, where she can step out and shoot the ball from the perimeter for us and get up and down the floor. And Amber Witherspoon is the best athlete in the class. So you have 3 players that can come in right away and play and help you in different ways.
2 years ago, you got to the NCAA tournament. Last year, you took it a step further and won a game, made it to the round of 32. This year, what's the goal?
3 possessions. That's it. 3 possessions, because 3 possessions win a Sweet 16. And that's the difference in the game. When you're in a tournament game and you lose the game by single digits, you go back and you look at it, and it was 3 possessions. If we can make 3 more shots and we can get 3 more stops, we're in the Sweet 16. I thought that it was a great experience for us to go to a tournament and win a game, play in one of the best environments in women's basketball at Kentucky, and I thought our kids played tremendously well. They played very hard and without Britt. So it was really about our season came down to 3 possessions. It really did. We cleaned up 3 possessions and win the Sweet 16.
You added 4 players, 2 freshmen and the 2 transfers. Where do you see them fitting in? What have you seen from them so far as well?
Well, we never recruit players not to play. So we need all 4 of them to step up and play right away, and to provide some depth to positions. I think that when you look at what we're bringing in and the explosiveness and the level of play that they've all played at, they all have a great role for us, and that's to provide scoring, to provide defense, and to provide depth.
Where do you see the role of Taylor Ford this year? Is it like another 6th man like last year, or could she start?
Well, she's definitely in our top 7, so she's a starter. And Taylor is a very good shooter, and she's a very good offensive player. And for us, we're not focusing on starting 5, and we've bought into that as a program. We understand that we need 7 players to step in, knock on wood, because of an injury, because of anything that can happen where a player's not playing well. You have to have 2 players that can come off the bench that can start for you at any minute, or that can start at any program in the country, and we have that. So Taylor is a tremendous player for us. And I think that last year she came off the bench and she had some games where she shot the ball really well. She had some games where she didn't shoot particularly well, but then she rebounded and she played defense. Taylor is a very important part of our offense. She's very important to our program and to our system. She's gonna have a big year for us.
What do you expect from Diamond Henderson this season?
Just leadership and scoring. I mean, she averaged 20 points a game, and I think people are gonna look at the level. 20 points in Division I is 20 points. She averaged right under 20 points a game, and she's an explosive scorer. She was a high major recruit, and she went to a program and played off the ball, and then as a senior she had to play on the ball and had her best year. So I think that overall, when you look at what she can provide us, is great leadership and depth at 3 positions.
What makes her such a good scorer?
Well, she can score from all spots on the floor. She can shoot it, so you have to close out hard on her. She's not a short closeout kid. And if you really pressure up on her, she's really good at getting to the basket, and she can pass the ball. She's just a complete offensive player. She's gonna have a role for us, but it's gonna be very, very important. She's gonna have to provide a lot of things for us, and she's definitely capable of doing it.
How long was she on your radar?
Well, we knew about Diamond when she was in high school, and obviously when you're going back that far back, we were in the Big East, and we really didn't recruit the South that heavily. But she's been a very good player 4 years ago. So it's not a surprise, and we know her AAU programs is one of the toughest programs in the country in summer ball, and she's played at a high level. And obviously, when you play at a place where you're the team leader and you are a big scoring threat on in their offense, you know that she has the ability to step up and do big things for you also.
What do you see as the most formidable challenge this season? You've got players returning all very good. You got an injury that you're dealing with, but what do you see as the most formidable challenge?
Just cohesiveness and really playing clean basketball. I think that if we can control our turnovers and we can get a shot down the floor about 80% of our possessions, we're going to be really good. And that's what it's really all about. Can we get more shots than our opponent? Can we create turnovers? Can we get up and down the floor and play fast and score the basketball? And we definitely have enough talent to do that.
You mentioned cohesiveness. Where do you see that going this year?
Oh, is it?
Great cohesiveness last year. What do you see this year?
Well, you know, one thing about team sports is you try to have more good days than bad days. And I think that when you have a team, it's really about how they respond to adversity. And our team has done a very good job of responding to injuries, of responding when things is not going so well on the court. And I think that when you look at our team and the way we're gelling as a unit, and the way we're really starting to understand what our roles are on this team, that we're going to be fine. And I'm really proud of them and what they've done. And we've had some challenges, and we're always going to have challenges. But these are tough kids, and they find a way to win.
What do you envision as Maggie Morrison's role, and how did you see her progress throughout last season in practice?
Well, Maggie is kind of like Diamond. She's a player that has a lot of experience. Obviously, playing at Vanderbilt, which is a very good program, under a very good coach. Coming out of high school, the same deal with Maggie. She's a very good player. We knew her from AAU. She actually committed pretty early to Vanderbilt, so we actually didn't have a chance to recruit her. We know her program, we know her coaches, and she's going to be tremendous for us. I think the one thing that she provides is a lot of versatility at the guard spot. She can play 3 positions for us also. That's the beauty about this team. I think we have 5 or 6 players that can play the 1 through the 3 for us. So any moment you can see any lineup on the floor. Some games you may see 6'5", 6'5", 6'5". We got the versatility to do that also. We can change a lot of different things. We know that for us that is a nightmare to deal with, so we plan on making that the same deal for our opponents.
Some more questions, guys?
What do you kind of see from Isabella Slim so far this season? You know, do you see her kind of progressing maybe from what she was, could do last year? Was more of just a 3-point shooter.
Well, she's a complete player. I don't have any reservations about anything that she does on offense. I think that the one thing that she can continue to do for us is that when she steps on the floor for our opponent to point at her and say shooter. That's a automatic spacer as she steps on the floor. As long as she continue to be a threat behind the arc, as long as she can continue to make shots and demand coverage, we're going to be in good shape with her.
You mentioned last year about how Brianna Butler has that neon green light to shoot whenever she wants, but how about her driving and how she's gotten better at driving the ball when teams are zoning in on her 3-point shooting?
Well, I think that as we got through the year and teams really started closing out on her tough, she had to get to the basket. So she got very few wide open looks as we got to the second half of our conference schedule. I think that after that Texas A&M game, I mean, it was over for her, getting clean open looks at the basket. So she did a very good job of driving to the basket. She had a tremendous year playing in the mid range and getting to the rim, and also creating opportunities for her teammates. She demands a lot of attention, and she's a complete offensive player, and she's going to have a tremendous year. She can only get better with experience.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Players and coaches are going to be available over there. They're going to spread
spread out and you guys are free to walk around.